Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and furthermore, welcome back to yet another exciting figure review. Today we're taking a look at a Godzilla Funko Pop, specifically from the new, at least at the time of this recording, Godzilla 70-year anniversary collection. And of course, I had to take a look at Godzilla Millennium, or simply put, as it's called on the box, Godzilla 1999. This is a real special one for me because this was the very first Japanese Godzilla film I watched, other than, of course, the American TriStar 1998 film that nobody likes. But this is the very first Japanese Godzilla film I ever watched, and it came out, it's as old as I am, right? It came out the same year I was born, so this holds a very special place in my heart as being the very first Japanese Godzilla film I watched, and also, it's as old as I am. Anyway, taking a look at the box here, you can see it is number 1664, Godzilla Pop Movies, Godzilla 1999, or, simply put, Godzilla the Millennium. You can see him in there looking really cool. I love this design of Godzilla. You can see an image of him there. You can see images of all the different Godzilla films in the back, done in black and white, and you can see Godzilla 1999 there, Pop Movies, 1664, and then in the back you can see the whole 70-year anniversary collection with Godzilla 1954, which is the original black and white one, a giant Godzilla 1954 version, Godzilla 1984, Godzilla 1999, and Shin Godzilla 2016. So you got a nice collection of 5 figures here to celebrate the 70-year anniversary of Godzilla, and I think they also released some mystery minis to go along with this as well. Side of the box you can see 70-year anniversary, Godzilla 1999. But with that being said, I'm going to take a few minutes to get this guy opened up, and we'll take a closer look at Millennium Godzilla. Don't go away, there's more figure review to be had. Alright, here is Millennium Godzilla, or Godzilla 1999, and he looks awesome. I love this guy. It's my favorite Godzilla. This character, or this version of Godzilla, is as old as I am. So, of course, I love this guy. And it's the coolest Godzilla. He's all spiky and dragon-like. I love him. He's got, like, all kinds of armored scoots on his back, and he's got these really jagged, crazy-looking dorsal plates. So, obviously, he's just done in this greenish-gray plastic for his scales and everything. And then his dorsal plates start off with the same sort of grayish-green and then move into a more pronounced brighter purple, which is really cool, and this purple goes all the way down, and it's so cool. I love the pose too. I mean, it's not anything special. He just kind of has his arms like swaying back and forth. Maybe he's stomping through Tokyo, about to push down some buildings because, hey, he's Godzilla and he can do that. Of course, this figure also comes with a display base, but as you can see, he is standing pretty well by himself, but here is the display base. This pegs into his foot. And that gives him a little bit extra, stability. I don't think you really need this because he stands pretty good by himself. And the figure is pretty heavy, so that kind of helps with him standing. But you can see him on this display base here. I'm just going to take this off. He doesn't really need it. Because, again, he stands pretty nicely without it. Obviously, he's a bit, wiggly, but he's doing a pretty good job. Those fangs, though. Those fangs look awesome. I love how, pronounced they are. So cool. And even the parts that aren't, armored, scooting, and scales, the skin is, really nicely textured and detailed there. I guess we'll compare it to some other Godzillas. I only have, for the Monsterverse, the Atomic Breath Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong, and the Atomic Breath Godzilla Evolved from Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire. Now, of course, naturally, I didn't like Godzilla Evolved having this pink nuclear energy at first. I thought it was kind of strange. But then as I looked at the figure, or looked at the design of Godzilla in Godzilla and Kong the New Empire, I realized that this most likely is the Monsterverse's version of Godzilla Millennium. So Godzilla Evolved, very clearly, you can see the inspiration with how spiky and armored he has become in his evolved form. You can clearly see that there is some inspiration there. There has to be from Millennium Godzilla, which made me actually like Godzilla Evolved's design. But this guy, I love him so much. This is my favorite Godzilla figure. And again, it's Millennium Godzilla, my favorite version of Godzilla's design in the movies. Of course, next to the Monsterverse version of Godzilla. But this guy will always hold a special place in my heart because this version of the Godzilla character is as old as I am, and not to mention, it was the very first Japanese Godzilla film I watched other than the 1998 TriStar film. But I guess we'll go into some proper size comparisons. First up for comparison, here is the Millennium Godzilla Funko Pop next to a Millennium Godzilla keychain figure. And finally, for comparison, because unfortunately I don't have very many Millennium Godzilla figures in the Kaiju collection, here is Millennium Godzilla's Funko Pop next to the Movie Monster Series Millennium Godzilla figure. All things considered, I of course love this guy. There's no way I couldn't love this guy. I mean, it's the first Japanese Godzilla film I ever watched. It's also a version of Godzilla that's as old as I am, from 1999. And this guy, woo! It's like my favorite Godzilla figure. I love him so much. Those jagged dorsal spikes, the armored spiky scoots on his back. He's so unbelievably cool. I love this guy. Now, if only I can get like a fully articulated, collectors-orientated Godzilla figure, then we'd be rolling. But this guy, I love him so much. Yeah, when I found out that they were doing a 70-year anniversary line of Godzilla Funko Pops and Millennium Godzilla was going to be included, I was like, it's gonna be mine. I have to have this figure of Millennium Godzilla. Godzilla 1999 has to be mine. And he was. It was like something that I bought when I saw these show up at Toy Traders. I almost bought Shin Godzilla 2, but I'm like, no, man. We're only buying Millennium Godzilla because he's the coolest. He's the coolest of the Japanese Godzillas. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Do take care. Have a great night. And I'll see you in the next video.